Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Is my mic on? I can't hear myself. It is. Okay. Yo, champ, let's rock this Friday. Shout out to Grandin. Shout out to Rafterman. Shout out to Lady Plants. And everybody there on YouTube following me in the chat box. Make sure you're hitting the buttons for me, guys. Subscribe, like, all those things that us tubers ask for. Did y'all see the verses last night? No, I saw a couple clips. I saw some money on the floor. I saw Rick Ross getting massaged by some lady in a mask. But no, I didn't catch it. Shout out to Lady Plants. Shout out to Grandin Lowry, Rafterman, and the rest of the pumpers there in the box. Today we're talking about gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ether, more gains. I'm expecting a pullback, but it seems like this thing keeps going up. This is after a unemployment report came out, and it's more favorable than expected. Good. Thank you so much, Rafterman. $2 there. Missed you the last few days. Thank you so much. $2 via Rafterman here in the chat box. Let me drop 2 more bombs. Guys, follow Rafterman's lead. Throw a couple ducats in the bucket if you're getting value from the stream. And if you're a broke boomer, which you shouldn't be, if you're tuning into the channel, you shouldn't be a broke boomer, okay? It shouldn't be. But let's say you are for whatever reason, then share this and let people in your network know about the champ and the boomers here in the box. That would be greatly appreciated. Let me drop another bomb. Boom! Let me share my screen out here. You can see Bitcoin not making the gains yet today, but it's been making the gains. Okay, so you know, maybe not today. We're down 0.31, but how about the run for Bitcoin this past week or so? Performing like Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds on testosterone. $11,740 right now for Bitcoin. A high of 11,920. So it looks like there's some clear resistance there at the $12,000 marker. We said it yesterday. If we can crack through that 12, then the bull run continues. But it seems like we're having a little bit of a struggle here with this resistance at 12K, which is okay. It's okay. And the fact that we haven't even pulled back much, this thing is looking very good. Shout out to Niagara Gardner. And thank you once again to Rafterman for the $2 in the chat box. Make sure you're following me over there on D Live as well. You know, I always throw out some lemons out there for those that are tuning into the chat box via D Live. Let's go ahead and check out the markets today and see what's shaking and baking and see what's really going on. Hit refresh out here. You got 11,755 for Bitcoin in the red, but you know, it's basically 0.36 in the red. It's sideways. Ether's calming down today, 394. Ether looking good. Ripple at 30 cents. Bitcoin Cash making those gains. Bitcoin Cash rides the wake. It rides the wake of Bitcoin's brand name, and it's doing well. $320 for Bitcoin Cash. And I guess you could say the same thing for SV, but you know how I feel about that coin. Litecoin at $59 there at number 7. You got Cardano there at 14 cents. Chainlink making the gains at $10. Finally, Chainlink, the darling altcoin. Now, I'm still looking for anybody that's used Chainlink. I don't know. I was checking out CoinGecko's DeFi list yesterday, and they were listing Chainlink as a DeFi coin. I wonder if that's because they're the oracle or the provider of information to the DeFi platforms as far as the pricing or whatnot. I'm still trying to find out see if anybody's actually used Chainlink and how it works. I want to see it work because this thing keeps going up and there's definitely a lot of bullishness. A lot of people on Chainlink. Yesterday we had some stinky linkers pass by, some Link Marines, and they were like, Link, we need more Link. And then I asked the same question. I'm like, has anybody ever seen it work? And these people were like, you know what? I don't even know what it does. So, you know, that's a red flag. I mean, at least I know what it does. But there's a lot of people riding these crypto trains. They don't even know what it does. And that's not good, guys. Don't be throwing all your eggs in a basket and you don't even know what the basket's doing. Okay? Shout out to Grandin. Thank you so much for the $4.99, Grandin. Boom. $4, $5 there. He's got 5 on it. Grandin's got 5 on it. Rafterman's got 2 on it. Don't show up to the crypto party here without a little something to add into the party, guys. Don't be one of those guys that shows up with no smoke, no drink, and no food. Don't show up to the party empty-handed. Do something. Just went in on a link down play, says Niagara. Okay, so you expect it to go down in the short run. And that's a possibility, although I'm still bullish on Chainlink long term, and as I'm sure you are as well. Let me go ahead and share my screen once again. Give the rundown. Tezos is down. EOS is trying to come back. Look at EOS, 319, trying to come back. EOS and Tezos have the same price. And Tezos has a lower circulating supply. Grandin says, can nobody work for free? Thank you so much for the $5, Grandin. I appreciate that. Let me drop a bomb for you. Boom. What up, champ? YouTube banned me from super chats on all channels. Really? That's crazy. How could you get banned from super chats? That doesn't make any sense to me. You could still comment. And it's funny because YouTube, they take a cut of those super chats. So like, let's say Grandin shot me $5. I'm sure YouTube and Google taking, I don't know, at least $1.50 off that. I don't know. I've never even heard of anybody getting blocked from super chat. Let me continue running down this list here. You got Monero there at $94, and then Tron there at $2. Let me see if there's any good deals or steals today. Ocean, this is a new one. Lend is doing well. We got Lend in our bag. Band has been ripping. Band Protocol has been ripping this week. They shot up. They were like a number 80, almost 90 coin just the other day, and now they're at 60, and I expect them to continue moving up the rankings. Flexicoin's doing well. Decentraland has been doing well also. They're back in the top 100. And then Kava has been ripping as well. Kava has been performing. And then we got, what else here? Celsius is down. We know we like this one. Balancer is down. And then Bancor. Balancer and Bancor are DeFi coins that we're interested in. And then Ampleforth getting clapped up. What's up with Ampleforth, guys? What's up with Ampleforth? EOS is dead, says Marlon. Maybe. You know what? You may be right. Because I left, too. Devs are leaving. No user adoption on dApps. It's funny because, at one point, EOS started taking the majority dApp share from ETH. Remember that? Remember when EOS for a second had more dApps functioning or more people using dApps than ETH? It was just a small moment in blockchain time. But yeah, they took some market share from ETH for a second there. But it seems like there's been an exodus from EOS. And I'm one of those. I'll tell you, I was staking EOS for a while. I was doing the EOS Rex, and I was EOS for a while. And then for some reason, it got kind of quiet out there. I don't know. And then the DeFi started getting on and popping. And that being said, there is some DeFi on EOS. I think I've covered it before. But yeah, we jumped ship. Lady Plants and Niagara says EOS is trash. I don't know if that's true or not, but I definitely moved most of my EOS into Ether, guys, and some of it into DeFi and whatnot, and Litecoin as well. Those were two altcoins that I had some weight on. I had some bags, and I was sitting on those bags, and I told you guys, I was like, and those were two, you can't say a Litecoin and EOS were like stinky coins or anything. But they just didn't make the moves, and I'm glad. I'm glad that I actually pivoted and I did the audible, and I got out of those coins. I got some ETH, I got some DeFi, and I'm not missing EOS or Litecoin at all. That Dan could not keep the train moving, says Grandin. I don't know. I don't know. What happened there. But Block One certainly has a lot of capital. I'll tell you that. It was one of the largest ICOs of all time, right? Ample, you need to understand that price doesn't matter. Guys are in rebase. Yeah, I get it. It's the rebase or whatnot. But I don't have any more circulating supply than I did when I started. So I don't know. DeFi is on ETH and Cosmos. Band and Kava are DeFi on Cosmos. Really? See, thanks for giving me that heads up. I didn't know that Band and Kava are on Cosmos. That I didn't know. But yeah, we got some Kava, and Band I haven't picked up yet. But yeah, we got Kava. We got some Kava there. Yeah, so I'm glad that we pivoted out of those things. I'm back into the ETH, back into these DeFi coins, and yeah, it's a shame because EOS, when the transactions are fast with EOS, like you could boom, boom, boom. It's like Tron, it's like 1, 2, 3, but I don't know. Yeah, I know, Marlon, about the rebase, and it's designed to be a stable coin at $1. We've been talking about this, but I haven't really seen my bag adjust. So let's see. Grandin made out really good on EOS and took the gains to Bitcoin. Yeah, that's something to consider with most of these coins too. Like even with some of these DeFi coins that we're riding right now, I expect not all of them to remain. So you got to be ready for the pivot. And really, in my opinion, value your worth in Bitcoin. You always see how much Bitcoin is this worth, how much BTC. That's why we're doing the DeFi portfolio and comparing it to Bitcoin. Tron will soon have DeFi. I think they already started, actually, Marlon. I was watching a live stream with, I caught a piece of it with Justin Sun and friends a few weeks ago, and they were already talking about DeFi. I don't know if it's already functional or whatnot, but yeah. Private DeFi. Okay, yeah. Private DeFi. That's awesome. So check that out, guys. Let's go ahead and run down these markets. See how the legacy system is working today. It's just markets just opened up now. And let's see how things are opening up. We got S&P slightly in the red, but we're at 33.39. We're about to hit an all-time high. What's the all-time high? 34, 34.50? We're right around the corner. We may see an all-time high next week. Dow, they're at 27,265. It's basically trading sideways. Crude is down 1%. Let's look at the metals. Metals have been doing great. Cooling off today, but we're still at 2,063 on gold. Silver at 28. To me, it's a clear path for silver to $30. I've been saying this since about silver at 22, and then platinum doing well. The metals, guys. The metals. It's like there's so much uncertainty right now in the economy that you see a lot of hard assets just going up. Boom, 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 boom. So, add some TRX to your portfolio now. Thank me later. Listen, I would say add some metals and for the long term because, gold and silver are going to be here probably longer than Tron or any of these other things are. These things are ancient, and I see the store of value with gold and silver. Now, that being said, you're not, it's not like silver or gold is, you're not going to 10x. The gains, the speculative gains are obviously in crypto, but I'm not mad at saving value here with metals. I see 35 for silver at these rates. Yeah, 35. I mean, listen, with the premiums, like you can't try to buy a coin, try to buy a silver eagle, you're going to be paying closer to $40. And I'm glad just the other month, I told you guys, I bought some silver eagles. This one silver was still under 20. With the premium and everything, I think I ended up getting them shipped to my house at like $23, $24. So I'm glad, I'm holding, I have silver too. Absolutely. Got 1 gold ounce bars from JM Bullion based on your recommendation 3 years ago for like 700. Thanks. There you go. I've always been a metalhead, Marlon. And I've always said this, it's a savings. Okay. Don't expect like, I'm going to get this gold bar and flip it. And like, no, it's a savings, it's a savings account. Basically the way I look at it, it's just, you're saving and you save in gold or silver, and they've been doing it for thousands of years, this way. And, yeah, I see 35 silver for these rates. I'll find out this weekend, says Rafterman. What, you're going to go see your coin dealer? Yeah, they throw a premium on it. So, let's say the spot's at 28. They're going to want a couple bucks on top. They're not going to give it to you at spot price. But yeah, silver coins, it's a nice gift too. It's a nice little gift, It's just throw someone a couple ounces of silver. It's like, look, I got you a coin, and this is something that retains its value, Shout out to Trap, and he says, I use it. EOS is not dead. Okay. We got someone here that's still using EOS. I'm glad that you spoke up here. That's good to know. Like I've said, I like the way that EOS works. And I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about the technology. It seems like it's up and running and it works. Delegated proof of stake, there's arguments to be made for or against it. But that's the way it was designed, DPoS. It is what it is from the very beginning. Like, everybody knew what they were getting into. But it's fast, and I expected it to grow faster. The thing with delegated proof of stake is that, it assumes everybody's actually going to vote. And, it's easy for people to... See how I can put this. It puts the power in the hands of a few. With the delegated proof of stake thing, is like we've seen it with EOS. Like it comes to a point where some of these exchanges start using other people's stake to vote for others, and it's kind of like, people start voting for their homies. I'm in Tezos to my elbows. I'm half out at 12, full out at 20. I'm in Tezos to my elbows. I'm half out at 12, full out at 20. There you go. I mean, listen, Tezos right now is the same price of EOS, lower circulating supply. And they're like I think it's like 11 and 12 or 12 and 13 or whatever as far as the rankings. Tezos right now is looking more attractive. Let's run down the Wall Street Journal out here. U.S. employers added 1.8 million jobs in July. Guys, does anybody believe these unemployment numbers? They're saying the unemployment rate is 10% right now. The U.S. added 1.8 million jobs last month, and the unemployment rate fell to 10%. You tell me who believe, do you really believe that the unemployment rate's 10%? I don't at all. This thing is like, there's no way, There's no way that it's only 10%. Get out of here. The thing is more like 20 at least. But, these people, I don't believe any of these numbers. Check out Market Watch. They're talking about the same job numbers, which are all funny bunny in my opinion. Trump imposes tariffs on Canadian aluminum, and then Canada did the same. Now they're going to go 1 for 1. You got Trump doing some executive orders against apps as well. Look at this one. Gold is a foolish place to put your money right now if you check the facts. Look at this. How could gold be foolish? When has gold ever been foolish? Could someone this guy, who is this guy? Mulk Holbert? He wants your gold. That's obvious. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but has anybody explain to me when gold hasn't been wise? Let's check out Yahoo. They're talking about the unemployment. I'm not believing it. But you know what? The markets are reacting. Remember, guys, it's not about what's really happening. It's what's being said. It's not about what, it's twisted. It's twisted. Like, whether this number is real or not, people are reacting to it like it is. First mover, Kyber CEO predicts 2020 transactions at $3 billion as DeFi token soars. I'm liking Kyber, guys. I'm liking Kyber. That Kyber, you can stake it and earn the ETH. Kyber's treated me well. It's making gains. It's been around for a while, and I expect it to continue to grow. They always do unemployment nationwide. They should break them down by state, says Grandin. I'm sure there's somewhere you could find that, but I don't trust any of these reports. I really don't. Yeah, they tell so many lies. We don't know who to trust. That's what it is, guys. I mean, like the trust in the actual system and the governance and everything is eroding because there is no integrity in what, or there's little integrity in what they're doing on both sides, the left and the right. 100 years ago, a double eagle would buy a top shelf 3-piece suit, and it still will today. Yeah, it's always been a rule of thumb that you could get like a nice suit with what is it, like an ounce of gold or a half ounce? You're saying a double eagle. What's that? You're referring to gold or silver? A silver ounce. An eagle is 1 silver ounce of gold. So a double eagle. You may want to clarify yourself there. But yeah, I think it was in the past like an ounce of gold will get you a nice suit. And now, I mean, I'll get you probably a nicer suit. I mean, on a $2,000 gold, you could probably get, you could still get like $1,000 suit. You could get cheap suits, right? Like $400 or $500. But, like a nice suit, I would say probably around, 1 ounce of gold. Yeah, you're right. That's what I was saying, a gold. So right now, I think gold is up because, at $2,000, that's a really nice suit. Yeah, obviously you could get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 suit, but I think the standard has always been like an average good suit. So right now, it's actually outperforming, I would argue. Or maybe I don't have good taste in suits. I'm not wearing suits every day. Maybe I should, though. Maybe I should start getting suits and just like doing all the broadcasts in suits. With a mask on. Yeah, gold. Shout out to those holding gold. I'm happy with gold. But it looks to me like silver is more undervalued. What's crazy is that the circulating supply of silver is equal or just about equal to that of gold. But look at the price difference. It's there's a big difference between the price. So to me, it just shows that silver may be undervalued. They are $4,000, $5,000 suits. Absolutely, those Italian suits or whatnot. But I say, like, what's the average price of a good suit? I would say right now, this is a wild guess because I'm not buying suits often, guys. Okay, I would say about what, like $800, a nice suit. You can get a solid suit for about $800 or about $1,000, even for cheaper. But let's say just a good suit, not cheap, not like the highest name brand either. Suited and booted, it tends to keep up with inflation. Right now, it seems to be outperforming it, though, Grandin. And that's because there's an uncertainty in the markets. People don't know where to put their money, whether it's in the stocks, in the silver, or the gold. But definitely, I would see that people are not holding it in the dollar right now. JP Morgan knows silver's undervalued. That's why they're buying millions upon millions. And I believe they rigged the markets, too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Raptor Man. 500 to 1,000 is a decent suit. That's what I was saying. That's why I threw like that $800 price. But a $2,000 suit is a little bit more than decent, right? Just don't buy a Steve Harvey bathroom curtain looking suit. Yeah, he's a little too flashy on some of those suits. I saw an interview with Steve at one point, and he said, my career really changed when I stopped wearing the flashiest suits. There was a point there that it was like he was straight looking like American pimp. And then he kind of toned it down, even though he's still a little flashy. But with some interview, he's like, when I toned it down, I felt like my career or something like that. I don't know exactly what he said. But yeah, he's got some funny looking suits. Yeah, guys, I may have to just, start wearing a suit everywhere I go. Do the Pitbull. Have you noticed with Pitbull? Notice with Pitbull, the rapper, like, there was a point that he was just like every other rapper. But as soon as he threw that suit on, it changed his whole career. He never took it off. I mean, I see him like at the beach in the suit. So maybe I have to do the Pitbull, guys, and just go everywhere with a suit, and maybe my life will change, and so would yours. Imagine that if everywhere you went with a suit, you probably wouldn't even have to wear a mask. Just walk up in a good suit, and if they tell you to wear a mask, you can say no. I'm here. You can make up anything. People in suits. People respect people in suits. Yo, Marlon, if you had an extra $10K to buy things, what would you buy right now? Says Mike. Got most of my silver between 12 and 20 bucks. Kaboom, trapping. Grandin says, I think he sleeps in it. I think so too, right? But yeah, could you get mad? I think he figured out a little hack there. There's a little hack there with the suit. I think that there's something there. Yeah, he's Mr. Worldwide, not just Pitbull. But notice that I think the real change with Pitbull was the suit, you know. It's the suit, guys. What other rapper did that? You got rappers wearing suits here and there. Even Jay-Z has the suit on the cover of some of his earlier albums. But I'll tell you, Pitbull threw that suit on and he never let it go, guys. He never let it go. I mean, I think there's pictures of him like literally in the beach on the sand. He's wearing the suit. And good move, if you ask me. Good move, if you ask me. Maybe I got to follow and start wearing a suit everywhere I go. Shout out to Trappin'. He picked up the silver at a good price. So did I. I'm glad I got me some silver coins, guys. North Korea reportedly using altcoins to convert 1.5 billion in stolen funds to cash. Okay. Winklevoss says that the U.S. dollar is now funny money. They're endorsing Bitcoin. Crypto Mom, the SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, she's voted back in. Bitcoin dominance at a 12-month low as crypto market cap tests resistance. This is bullish. Most DeFi tokens are concentrated in the hands of 500 holders. So yeah, there's a couple things to look at. Rafterman says the guy in NCIS LA. I don't watch that one, so I don't know which one you refer. I mean, I know the show, but I don't watch it. Most of the silver also at 15 to 21, says Rafterman. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. I'm glad that some people stacked the silver. Pitbull was a battle rapper. Luther Campbell had to tone his trash talk down. Can you imagine Pitbull battle rapping? Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days. And there's stuff on the internet or whatnot. But he left kind of the rap and he went to straight up pop rap. I mean, I don't even think he raps really. It's just like pop music. And he navigated the industry well, if you ask me. He made it work for him. I mean, here's the thing with Pitbull. Who's the alternative to Pitbull? What's the alternative to Pitbull? There really isn't. He's got his own lane, And let me be clear. I don't bump Pitbull, but I can appreciate the approach. There is no other. He found his own lane. And he's not battle rapping anymore. Grayscale's national ad campaign kicks off next week with a TV ad on CNBC, MSNBC, Fox, and Fox Business. Crypto is coming to the masses. Bullish AF for Bitcoin. We know what that means. Bullish as F. And I agree. Yeah, he put the suit on and was all business. Absolutely. He took the for sure bag. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. And you know what? You could criticize the music or whatnot. Some of it is kind of corny, but I mean, much better than a bunch of violence, and a bunch of shooting, bang, bang, and a bunch of gang, and a bunch of, at least it was just, it's party. So let's have a party. Let's dance. So, I mean, he's in motion, as Adam Meiser would say. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's something to be said about the pit bull, He threw on that suit, and it was all the way up for him. I'm inspired, guys. I may have to just throw on the suit. Imagine just like, even when to go get my morning coffee in the morning, just like, everything I do should be with the suit. Groceries. I even pull up to the gym in the suit and then change. Lady Plant says she still plays Culo. That's my workout song. There you go. Let's see if there's any deals today, guys. So I got into an eBay play. I have to keep eBay. The price has to stay above $53.80, I believe, by Friday of next week in order for me to remain in the money. I got a credit of $15 for every $100 that I put up, and I got a few of those contracts. And then once I got that filled, the spread price kept going up, and so I got it at 15 cents, and I think it went up to about 27. So I'm in the red now. I'm losing. I need that to go down. Has anyone noticed how hard it is to find a good Netflix series that's not everyone shooting each other? I canceled Netflix, Grandy. I don't even got time. I don't even got time for Netflix. Between, my work and my family, I have literally no time. And by the time nightfall comes, I'm exhausted. I don't got time to be cuddling up and Netflixing it, I got too much on my hands. But yeah, I think this is the thing. I mean, I've worked in media a while and music, TV, film. I've done a lot of these stuff, and I came to the realization is that most of the fictional content, like, we don't need that much more fictional content in this world. Like, how much value is it really adding? How much more fictional content, like, it's fiction, it's not real. How much not real stuff do you want to pay attention to? Okay. I would argue we don't need any more. There's so many classics, fictional classics, that you're better off studying the classics than trying to pay attention to something that's new, fiction wise. So, I came to that realization, and more I'm focusing on nonfiction. And then you go down that path, and you're just like, let me deal with reality. And then you start dealing more in reality. You keep going down that rabbit hole. You end up in the only thing that's true, and that's the word of the Lord. That's the truth, guys. At least, no, I would say at least the way I look at it. But no, it's the bottom line. Kevin wears a suit everywhere. Yeah, I noticed about that guy. I think it was Christozilla that showed me him. That, I see him, and I think the channel has some production value or whatnot, but that suit doesn't match his little fruity black background. The foreground is corporate, but the suit, the background looks like a kid's room. Grandin says, I have an 11-year-old, and I'm like, no, you're not watching that. Right. So that's what I find. Like, if I find myself, this is what I end up doing, guys. And this is something as of late that I've changed. I haven't always been like this, but once I find myself consuming media and like just mindlessly scrolling around and just clicking here and consuming, because that's what most people are doing online, just consuming media. I catch myself and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop consuming this fictional or even non-fictional content, and I'm moving. I start reading the Bible. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And it's the best thing I've ever done. Once you catch yourself, you ask yourself, what am I doing here? Why am I just consuming this? And if you're bored or whatnot, then you know what? Start reading. The Bible has some, like, you want some drama? I mean, there's some drama in the Bible, guys. I'll tell you that. You want some dramatic, you want some tension, you want climax to the story, you want all that. You want to be entertained. You could literally be entertained by reading the Bible as well. I get mad when men are stuck on Netflix like my granny watched the soap operas. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's literally like grandma watching soap operas, some of you men out there. So I'm catching myself every time that, like, I'm not working or I'm not doing something productive and I'm scrolling around and just like consuming, conspiracy content and things of the like. I try to catch myself as of late, and I'll be like, you know what? Let me do my study, Boom. Bring out the Bible. I've been reading the Bible lately, parallel with King James and the New English Version. Deuteronomy will scare the pants off anybody. Yeah, I just actually read that. I read, most recently, I read Deuteronomy and Ecclesiastes. I just finished Ecclesiastes this week. And then I was like, oh, where should I go to next? I'm kind of dancing around because I've never read the Old Testament straight through. I've read the New Testament straight through from the beginning to the end, but not the Old Testament. So I was like, you know what? Let me start again on Genesis. So right now I'm like almost through Genesis. And let me tell you, Genesis, like, I mean, you want some drama like Abraham and Sarah. Like, I didn't know that Abraham's wife, Sarah, is his half sister. So like, there's like weird incest going on, and like the king took her and he said, no, she's just my sister. So they wouldn't kill him. Like, there's some drama there, guys. Like, you know, to me, it's a lot more entertaining and insightful. And there's more stuff going on than Netflix. Yeah, Deuteronomy's pretty tough. Ecclesiastes, though, was full of wisdom. I like that one. But yeah, let's get back to the matter at hand. The indices, the tokens. You know, the champ always ends up getting spiritual. Because, guys, it's the bottom line. Like, you could go down these paths, wealth, media, fame, internet, social, all this stuff. And all of it is meaningless. And that's why I'm inspired by Ecclesiastes, because it's all foolishness. It's all meaningless. It's all vanity. You know, all of it. The wealth, the fame, even the foolishness. It's all vanity. It's all, literally, that's what the book is all about. Ecclesiastes, like, it's all meaningless. You know, you do this, you do that, but every man's ends up being forgotten. God bless, man, says Mike. The Lady Plant says the Bible's just a guide to what humans can do if you let them go. No, I don't think it is just a guide, because there's other books that are just this. I don't look at it like that. And I'm sure, you know, some people do, and you have a good argument there, but I look at it like a lot more. You know, I don't look at it as just a guide. I look at it as like the bottom line. And it's confusing. It's very confusing too. Like, I'm reading it, but I'm like, wow, this is wild. Like, this is, you know, but I'm trying to read it and stop being so judgmental. And I'm still being judgmental. I mean, like, but I'm trying to be like, you know what? Maybe I need to shut up and see if I can learn something by just reading this. Let me click these ads. Let me check over here on D-Live. Anybody on D-Live? I haven't seen anybody post on D-Live. Thank you, Athlete, for the 100 lemons, the diamond. Happy Friday to you. And excuse me if I didn't see that before. I'm looking at an aggregated chat on my end, and it doesn't show me when people tip on D-Live. So I actually got to go to the page here and see it. But thank you so much, Athlete. I appreciate that. Let me submit here and put 50 in the box. Life is about forgetting ego and learning to live in love and his will. Yeah, I'm realizing more and more about that, Rafterman. It's letting go of the ego. It's very difficult. Because, yeah, even in Ecclesiastes, it says that. It's all like your ego, like like even wisdom, trying to be wise and seeing like, no, I'm going to be smart and wise and I'm going to do the righteous thing. Even that is ego. Even trying to be a good guy, that's stroking your ego too. My favorite lizard on the blockchain, Christozilla's not here today. I don't know where he is. He's usually in the box there on D-Live. But we got Peter over there, and we got Athlete. We got Furious Cabbage just donated me 2 lemons. Thank you so much, guys. We got 4 people. Let's give it a couple minutes here, and I'll pass out some of these lemons soon. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm up to. You know, forgetting Netflix and even Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus. You know, I pay for the service because the kids like it, and you know they watch Mickey Mouse or whatnot. And now I'm seeing that they got the Beyonce thing going on there, and all these. I don't want that occult stuff. You know, and I should have known this. I mean, Disney's full of occult. You know, even the Mickey Mouse Club. You know, you could argue, you know, when they call Toodles and all this stuff, like a lot of that stuff is like wizardry, and we can get into it, guys. You know, but you know, I try not to be too overbearing, and you know, sometimes you can't be on top of everything. I don't want to fight every single battle. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Lady Plants. Let me go ahead and pass out these lemons, guys. Make sure you click claim rewards. We're going to pass out 50 lemons and change. Let's do it. Distribute. 30 seconds. Boom! Peter and Athlete are the big winners. Athlete got 33 lemons, and Peter has 19 lemons. Athlete with that meme is hilarious. That's the Greta chick, right? With the Make America Great hat. Grandin says, how often do you go to your gym? I'm not going often now. I'm not going to the gym now because they're requiring masks or whatnot, and it was all wild, so I've been working out at home. I shared yesterday my schedule now. My workout schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm doing 4 days of the week minimum, and then I'll leave the weekend open for a bonus. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is what I'm doing at home. Disney ruins the spirituality of Star Wars saga in 9. Yeah, it was by design. It's like they almost did it on purpose. They ruin any goodness that the saga had. You got to watch the darn music industry. They're sick. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion new videos dumpster fire. Yeah, I'm not surprised, guys. It's that, after a while working in these industries and seeing it and being always in the media, it was already revealed to me. And, like I said, I'm more interested with fiction. I mean, nonfiction than fiction. And, the more I go down the nonfiction path is like, there's only one nonfiction that I want to be consuming. Yeah, Disney is quite sick. Notice how all the Disney characters, they have like a problem. They don't have like a mother, Bambi's parents get shot. The Little Mermaid, she doesn't have a mom. None of these characters have like a real family, like a complete family unit. Yeah. If you want to go down that Disney rabbit hole, I would start with searching princess and warrior programming, and you can learn a little bit more about that. When I clicked open the chest, is just logged me out? Oh, I don't know, Cabbage. I'm not the tech support for D-Live. I have no idea. I'm not very good at the tech support. Mess the young girls' heads up. Yeah, it's definitely the young girls and also the young boys too. But yeah, we got to be on top of what our children are consuming and paying attention to, guys. It's most important, because if you let them get raised by watching TV, I see some parents that they don't let their kid watch any TV, and I can get that. I'm not that type of dude, but I definitely feel like you got to talk to them more than the TV does. You got to be more active in front of them than the TV is. Some of these parents and some of these families, they'll leave their kid in front of the TV for the TV's on the whole day. Like, no way. Maybe we get an hour here, I'll leave it on or whatever, but then I turn it off. And you see some of these younger kids too, that they're raised with the television, and then they have speech issues. They don't talk, they don't really talk at all because they're not interacting with humans. They're in front of a screen all the time. 45 minutes here on the broadcast. I'll take a few more comments and questions, and I'll be back on Monday. It's hard to find the middle ground nowadays. I think it's always been hard to find the middle ground. It's the narrow path, Wide is the path that leads to destruction, and narrow is the path that leads to, I forgot what the actual verse says, but the path to righteousness, the winning path is very narrow. It's hard to find the narrow path. It's not a wide path. It's not easy to walk through, It's always been that way. Let the little pigs get dirt under their nails. Yeah, definitely. I let them do that. Absolutely. Let them run outside, get dirt on their nails, play with the hose. The other day, my little 1-year-old was drinking water from the hose, and I was like, don't do that. And I was like, and then I thought to myself, I'm like, I used to do that all the time. Nothing happened to me. But yeah, we've been trained so much that I'm like telling the kids, don't don't drink from the hose, and then I caught myself. I'm like, what am I saying? Whatever. It's the hose. Come on, guys, we should drink from the hose all day long. Nothing ever happened to me. My wife and I have turned into the parents we always swore we wouldn't. Yeah, man, these kids will change you, man. They'll change you. Anybody out there that doesn't have the kids or whatnot, they'll change you. And it's not all roses and rainbows either, guys. Like they'll frustrate you to a point that you never thought you could get frustrated too. So it'll test you on both angles. It's like it's not always happy either. You're not gonna sleep again, and you're gonna get tested. But yeah, it's the number one thing I think for everybody, both men and women, especially in this day and age where we've been programmed. Women have been programmed to care more about their career than staying at home with a family, and then men have been programmed to have as many women as possible, and that's not good either. So I'd say worry about building that family unit, guys. It's more important than Bitcoin and most of the other things you guys may be dealing with. Dank Noodles just dropped me a lemon. Thank you so much, Dank Noodle News. All right, guys, if there's no other comments and questions, I'll get out of here. Let me know. I'll give it a few questions. If there's any options, questions, anything, let me know. And I know I said that I want to maybe do like a stream on the weekends talking maybe about a Bible verse or whatnot. And I still have that intent. But remember, I take the weekends to relax. And, I guess in some way I observe the Sabbath unconsciously, So I try to take that time with the fam. If I have extra time, I'll pop up. But it seems to me like in all these broadcasts, we're trying to share a little wisdom and we're trying to build spiritually as well. So, yep, the enemy tries to tear the family unit apart because he knows the havoc it causes. Right. That's the bottom line. The family unit's the most important thing, guys. It's the most important thing. And that's why you got to look out for organizations like Black Lives Matter that say that the patriarchy in the family unit is a threat. That's a smoking gun to me. KC says, I do Sabbath is the sign of his and his children. Yeah, I guess I am too. I don't really put in work on the weekends. It's either I usually take either Saturday or Sunday. So I'm not completely disciplined on the exact day. I will be honest, but I at least take one day of the week to rest. And usually it is Saturday, which is traditionally the Sabbath. On that note, guys, I'm out of here. It's always a pleasure. Thank you to KC, Lady Plants, Grandin, and the rest of the boomers. Grandin says you should start a Sunday sermon channel. Just keep it like 30 minutes. Yeah, I've definitely thought about that. But it'd be a commitment. If I say I'm going to do something and I start it, I usually stick to it. Like I have with this channel. I'm always showing up here. Even on the times that I'm like, it's even when Bitcoin was 3,000, I still showed up. Looking into the Catholic Church, taking the authority away from Yah and changing it to Sunday. Good study. Yeah, I've looked into that, and the manipulation of time, the months, and the Roman calendar, and all that, and it's wild. There's really 13 months in a year, And there are 28 days to each month. And then there's +1. So it's 28 times 13 plus 1. And if you follow the sky like that, it's clockwork. It's precise. You know, if we followed the 13 months and the 28-day months +1, each day of the year will always be on the same day. So if you were born on a Monday, you will always have your birthday on a Monday if you followed the right calendar. But yeah, the Roman emperors, Augustus and Julius, and who knows who else, they started changing the calendar or whatnot. And in a way, it removes us from nature, because the sky clock, it's, you know, guys, the moon is on point. Every 28 days, the moon does its thing. It doesn't deviate. So why do we have months that have 30 days and 31? It's all a confusion. I think it's by design. It's the same designers that tell you that you're in the middle of space spinning at I don't know how many thousands of miles per hour in a vacuum in the void, but yet that they can send a little spaceship over to Mars. It's wild. Champ, did you see the comment I left a couple days ago? Yeah, I did copy. It was in the trash folder, because since it was a link, I did click on the link. I saw a piece of the D2 video. I don't know where the comment, if it was filtered or not, but I did see it. Copy shared a link to DTube about a gentleman talking about the state of things going on, and you know what's really going on. Grandin says, I missed those $3,200 days. Yeah, we were booming. Guys, you're right, Grandin. You're right, Rafter, man. We were here. You know, those $3,200 days, we were here. We still showed up to bat. Yeah, copy. When people share links, it gets filtered. I got a lot of bots. As soon as I put up a video, the bots attack the video and they start posting all these links and stuff. And most of them are filtered, so you guys don't get to see them. But I got to go through them and approve them or not. And usually, like, I literally get like 10 to 15 comments on each new video that are all fake. And maybe like 1 or 2 real ones. So yeah, to sift through them. I did catch it, and then I clicked this, and then I lost it. But I saw a clip of the D2 video. Bots are so annoying. Yeah, Casey, it's something we got to deal with. It is what it is. Man, we were at 3,200. That's right. And remember, at that point, people were showing up and telling us it's all over with. Bitcoin's going to under 1,000. It's done with. I mean, I heard it all, guys. I dealt with all these trolls, and we sniped people out the box back then. And I'm glad we stayed on the course. So going back to staying on the course, you know, maybe you're right about that Sunday sermon thing, but yeah, I got to commit. But in the meantime and in between time, I feel satisfied also adding these things into the live stream, because there's no other live stream like this, guys. There's no other live stream like this. Okay, what other live stream compares to the champ? Okay, you got good live streams, but they focus and their approach is different. Cool, that dude was speaking the truth. Absolutely. Copy, absolutely. All good, the soldiers stay. You know it, Casey. But yeah, I think there's a reason that subconsciously, you know, I've been dropping these gems on normal videos. Like, you know, because I don't want to, my intent was never to be like, do a Christian channel or a Bible study channel or anything like that. But we've been slipping it in. And it's also, like I've said, you know, you keep going down this path and you honestly want to know truth and you want to gain wisdom in the things that you do, then you're going to end up at the point. You know, you're going to end up at that point. You're going to realize that so much of this stuff that you're dealing with is meaningless. It's vanity. Champ, you are one of the guys. Thank you so much, Rapture Man. I appreciate you. So are you. We're catching each other's back. Like Gideon's army, says KC, to show the true leader, Yah God, that really got them the win. The army was dwindled down to 300, and they smashed the army. Right? Didn't they like play trumpets? Or I remember hearing that story from Billy Graham, the pastor, about the army or whatnot. Billy Graham has. I'll tell you this much. And, you know, I looked him up, and I know there's some critiques against him. And, you know, I guess you can find dirt on everybody. But as far as, like, how he delivered the word and stuff, I like his approach. He's one of the few that caught my attention. The walls of Jericho and Joshua as their leader. Yeah, I remember somewhat of that story, but I'm not on point, guys. Like I'm still learning. I'm still a little baby when it comes to learning this stuff. I feel like I'm starting from scratch. So, I'm not good with the verses, like citing the numbers or like remembering the lines very well, and I haven't read the whole Old Testament straight through. So, I'm still learning. But let me tell you guys one thing. As I'm reading this and I'm learning, I'm like, man, this is so important to the history of humanity that whether you're religious or not, this should be standard reading. Like, how are they going to make like some of these books standard reading and not the Bible? Like, forget about whether you are a believer or you have the faith or whatever forget about that. We can all agree that it's if it is the greatest literary text of all time. Okay, whether you agree with it or not. So why not? Obviously we know why, because the system's ran by the principalities of evil. But it should be standard. I'm reading. I'm like every child, every kid should learn about this. I think it would be so good. You would do great and change lives. Follow your heart. I am, and that's why I'm saying the things I'm saying now on a crypto stream. You know how many followers I've lost in the last couple of years, guys? I think I topped off around 16,000 and change, and we're back down at 13,000 and change. So I've lost. I'm at a net loss here with followers. I see it. I see the numbers and the math and the revenue with the channel and the ads or whatnot. But I never did the YouTube thing just for hits. Obviously I wanted to grow the channel and get hits and stuff like that. Yeah, but if my only thing was to get hits, guys, I'd switch up all the headlines into conspiracy headlines, guys. All political and all conspiracy. And I would cover every little conspiracy and every little thing that we talk about here and put it in the headline, Yeah, they made us all read Charlotte's Web. They made you read Charlotte's Web, but you can't even, they don't make Genesis. Genesis should be mandatory reading, whether you like it or not or anything like it. It should be mandatory. Could you believe that most people nowadays haven't even read the Bible? Most people. Forget about whether they're religious or faith. Most people haven't even read it. So it's like, yeah, that's why they want to ban the word. It's true history. The Smithsonian, NASA, and propaganda has tried to erase and hide it all. You're right. It makes you wonder more. Guys, if they keep it away, that's why I started looking into flat earth and stuff. Because I used to be like, oh, this flat earth thing is ridiculous. Right? And as soon as I started looking into then I heard that they were getting banned or whatnot. I'm like, hold on, the shadow ban with flat earth. And I started going into it and I'm like, wow, there's something to pay attention to here. Whether you agree or not, it's not as ridiculous as the mainstream wants you to believe, because you're thinking with what they want you to think. You're not thinking for yourself. Just look at the videos. When you think that the boats are going over the horizon, look at the videos with these new Nikon cameras that they bring them right back into focus. To me, I was like, whoa, let me check that out. Now, I don't know what the world is or isn't, guys. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not a spaceman. I'm not an astronaut, I have no idea. But I'll tell you this. I'm not just taking NASA's word for it or Smithsonian's word for it, because as you look more and more into these organizations, you see that there's a lot of lies. And then they present, the theory of evolution, which is wild. Like people out there that don't believe, like in the story of Genesis, they throw out evolution. But if you really think of the concept of evolution, I think it's even wilder to think. Like you got to have even more of an imagination that all of a sudden there was an explosion and then everything started spinning and then the rocks turned into the gases and the gases into planets and the planets in the water, and then there was a little amoeba that walked and he made love to this other amoeba and then it changed and it evolved into monkeys. Guys, come on. How much evolution, guys? And then I asked to the evolution maniacs, I'm like, okay, so if it's real, show me an example of evolution right now. Like, what's the latest evolution that's going on? What animal? Show me it. What's the latest evolving animal? What is it changing to? Or what's the prediction, So, they can't answer none of that. So it's why it's called the theory of evolution, because you need to have faith in that theory. There's no way to prove that. It's like saying, what's the The saying, I'm sure you guys have heard this. Believing in evolution is believing that a hurricane can go through a dump and somehow create a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Look at the UN logo. Absolutely. The UN logo is a flat earth logo. There are waters above and below. Right. That's exactly what Genesis says, that he created a vault to separate the waters above and below. But yeah, you say these types of things, guys, you start thinking for yourself. That's the last thing they want you to do, to think for yourself. And again, I don't know the shape of the earth. I really don't. And you know what? I'll tell you this, even in Genesis, it doesn't necessarily say the shape. I mean, it just says above and below, So it could be interpreted in a lot of ways, I guess. But, the more I look into the flat earth model, and I'll tell you this much, okay? I'll give you this much. If you want to track the stars, then it's easier to do it on a flat earth map when Polaris is stationary. Polaris doesn't move. It stays in the North Star. So, yeah, they want to tell you you're spinning in a void, but then the stars stay fixed. That's why they call it a spaceship water. Right. That's a good one. It's a vessel. Yeah, it's a vessel. Enoch helps with the shape also. I haven't read the book of Enoch, and I have to do more research on it. My understanding is that it was like a lost book. It wasn't added into the real text or whatnot. So I don't know how to judge that book yet. I haven't gotten down that rabbit hole. But I heard that it's fire and that there's interesting information and all that. But I still don't know enough. You know what I mean? And I know that it's not listed as the first 5 books, or it's kind of like it's up for debate. That may be because it's truthful. It may be one of those books that was banned, that I need to look into more. Only first Enoch used to be in the Bible, still an Ethiopian Bible. Stay away from 2 and 3. Yeah, I got to do more research on that. But before I get into, the extra stuff, I want to, go with the meat and potatoes, just the basic ASICs. I finished the New Testament, front and back. I'm good with that now. I'm on the Old Testament, on the classic ones, the ones that most people could agree with. But once I cover those, you best believe I'm gonna start looking into Enoch and stuff, because I know the references to the flat Earth there. Or not, I don't know them, but I've heard of them. Dank Noodles just donated me the lemon. Thank you, Dank. Good idea. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah, but like I said, guys, I'm just doing my studies on my own, And this is where I came to, guys, after consuming media and music and this and the next show and the next thing, the next Lost, the next, what's the other one with the ice wall, the Game of Thrones. And I mean, how many of them, guys? How many? What are you going to get out of them? What do you really expect? And if you just want to be entertained all the time, then what is it that you're trying to get out of life, So that being said, I'm like, instead of watching Game of Thrones, let me pull up Genesis, And you can't tell me it's boring, guys. It's not boring. The beginning tells the end. You can't truly understand Messiah without the whole book. The front that most churches tell you is important. Let's see. I'm not going by what the church told me or whatnot. I'm just going to what attracts me, in my heart and when I'm drawn to, So that's where I'm at right now. And then as far as understanding the whole book or whatnot, I'm reminded of what I just learned in Ecclesiastes, that like no one knows. Like you could try to say that you got all the wisdom and all that is still vanity. So even to say that the beginning or the end or this church, none of us really know. So what I'm approaching it with is like, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible and just like I'm reading it and absorbing it. reading it and absorbing it, and I'm feeling it out. And it's still weird. Like, I'm reading some stuff and it doesn't make sense to me sometimes. I'm like, all right. But instead of trying to like contest it, like so many of these millennials or so many people now online do, they always want to argue. I'm just like, oh, all right, that's what it is. Let me keep reading. Let me see if I figure out a little bit more. Instead of like, watching the show and be like, but what's going to happen next? And hold on, no. Just keep your mouth shut and wait and watch the show. You never know. They may reveal something later on in the next episode. All right, guys, 10:30. I'm out of here. Look, I was at 30 minutes saying I'm already done. Now we're at over an hour. Over an hour. So, yeah, Grandin, if you're ready for the Sunday sermons, I think we're already giving them right here. They're here right now. It's like we're almost having like a daily sermon here. Most pastors tend to act like they know everything. Why not just have an open discussion on what everyone gets from it? Yeah, because to a certain extent, like I believe that some of the churches are trying to protect themselves as an institution instead of a group of brothers talking. They're looking at it more like, this is a business or this is an organization, and like they have it's almost like they have ego. Like the organization also has an ego. And that's why it's been difficult for me to actually find like a church that I'm happy to attend. I came up under the Catholic Church, and I'm glad what I've learned from it. But at the same time, I see all the flaws and the lies within it as well. But then I'm reminded about another thing. If you're looking for a perfect church, it doesn't exist because man isn't perfect. So every institution that you're going to deal with is going to be flawed. So if you're waiting around for the perfect institution, the perfect church, it doesn't exist. It doesn't, Exactly, Grandin. That is why we meet up for the Sabbath and get all to speak. And all get to speak, and our leader is Messiah, and we all get to ask questions and put in ideas. I like that. I like that approach, and I'm more interested in that. And I guess that's kind of what we've been doing here as a community. We're sharing, what we've gathered, and that's our church, I guess. All right, guys, enough church talk. I'm out of here. I'm going to enjoy my Friday, and I got to put my work in, do a little exercise. I'm going light. But I'm doing heavy, high reps, lightweight, high reps with these dumbbells or whatnot. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and get that exercise in. Stay healthy, guys. Have an excellent weekend. And maybe, if I got that time, I'll fire it up and we'll do that on the weekend. But if not, we'll continue to talk about these during the week. It's not like it would be any different, I don't think, I guess the headline would be different, and maybe we would get random people coming into the chat or whatnot. That could be cool. But anyhow, we're here, and that's the bottom line. Stay strong, have an excellent weekend, and I'll catch you sooner than later. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest, Champagne. Thank you for tuning in.